President Donald Trump admitted to downplaying the dangers of the coronavirus pandemic despite having evidence to the contrary. Newly published interviews with noted investigative journalist Bob Woodward revealed. According to the interviews, Trump knew the virus was dangerous in January. "It goes through the air," Trump said during a February 7 interview with Woodward. "That's always tougher than a touch. You don't have to touch things, right? But the air, you just breathe the air and that's how it's passed. It's also more deadly than even your strenuous flus." At a White House press briefing on Thursday, September 10, Trump was confronted over his lies. "Why did you lie to the American people? And why should we trust what you have to say now?" asked ABC News reporter Jonathan Karl. "I didn't lie. What I said was we had to be calm. We can't be panicked," Trump responded. He was then asked whether he would stop downplaying the threat of COVID-19. "I don't want to jump up and down and scream death, because that's not what it's about," Trump said. There have been more than 190,000 deaths from COVID-19 in the United States while Trump and his campaign push conspiracy theories that the 2020 elections are being rigged against him and Antifa is coming to the suburbs. Despite knowing about the threat back in January, Trump diminished the severity of the COVID-19 outbreak, pushed states to reopen quickly, and has packed campaign events while flouting local social distancing guidelines. A week after the February 7 interview, Trump said at a White House briefing that the number of U.S. coronavirus cases within a couple days is going to be down close to zero. On February 28, Trump referred to coronavirus as Democrats' new hoax. Spreading fear and panic over exaggerated or invented threats has been a hallmark of Trump's presidency. These tweets were sent out 8 minutes apart. pic.twitter.com/liberty to www.Ghislaine @Ghislaine, September 10, 2028 minutes after tweeting on Thursday morning that his public comments about COVID-19 were to maintain calm, no panic, Trump tweeted mail-in ballots were a total fraud in the making. Trump has claimed, without evidence, that absentee ballots were rigged against him, and said he may not accept the election results if he loses. 1 hour later, Trump again tweeted the baseless conspiracy theory that Democrats will allow suburbs to be overrun by anarchists and protesters. DHS leadership sought to cook intelligence to make it look like terrorists were entering the U.S. via the southern border, per whistleblower complaint. https://t.go/e3x00tnp pic.twitter.com/offIAGFXJ Ken Klippenstein @KenKlippenstein, September 10, 2020. Later in Thursday's press conference, Trump said, if Bob Woodward thought it was bad he should have immediately gone out publicly, not waited 4 months. Woodward was widely criticized for not publishing Trump's comments when they were recorded, or when Trump's public comments contradicted what he told Woodward in interviews, but instead waiting to release them with his upcoming book. As a pandemic raged and Trump continued to mislead the public about its dangers, Woodward continued reporting. Woodward said in an interview with The Washington Post that he didn't have an agreement to withhold Trump's comments until the publication of his book. "I told him it was for the book," he said, "but as far as promising not to publish in real time, or signing such an agreement, I don't do that." Woodward said his aim was to provide a fuller context than could occur in a news story. "I knew I could tell the second draft of history, and I knew I could tell it before the election." 60 Minutes correspondent Wesley Lowery responded, "When the President of the United States is publicly underplaying the seriousness of a global pandemic and at times encouraging people to go to rallies/reopen businesses, while only privately acknowledging how deadly the virus is, the potential urgency to report should be obvious. This raises the question whether Woodward and the corporate media is holding the powerful accountable, or seeking ratings and profits at any cost. Let's block ads. Why?"
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.